Mason Mount could be sidelined for the next 4 to 6 weeks, according to the Telegraph. Mount was substituted toward the end of last weekend's defeat against Tottenham with a hamstring injury, and it's now said he could be sidelined with that problem for up to 6 weeks. If Mount is sidelined for a 4-week layoff, he'd be ruled out until September 19th and could miss games against Nottingham Forest, Arsenal and Brighton after the international break. United youngster Dan Gore is not expected to be sent on loan this season. Gore, 18, travelled with the first team on their preseason tour of the USA, and the Manchester Evening News understands that he's more likely to stay at the club instead of leaving on loan before the end of the transfer window. The youngster has received domestic loan interest, but the expectation is he'll stay around the first team squad instead. Manchester United transfer target Sofyan Amrabat has been left out of Fiorentina's 24-man squad for their Europa Conference League clash with Rapid Wien on Thursday evening. Amrabat, 27, has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford in recent weeks amid United's desire to strengthen their midfield options before next week's transfer deadline. Though reports in the Italian media in recent weeks have been overstated, United are understood to have a firm interest in the Moroccan. The midfielder, who has previously worked with United manager Erik ten Hag at FC Utrecht, is out of contract at Fiorentina at the end of the season and is reportedly keen on sealing an exit from the Serie A club before the transfer window shuts next Friday evening. As well as being linked with United, he has also been linked with a move to Liverpool. Noam Ameren admitted it's the right time for him to leave United for the next stage of his career. Ameren is set to join Dutch side FC Groningen, and it's understood the club have included a sell-on clause in the deal, meaning they will financially benefit from any success the winger has in the future. The 20-year-old impressed in preseason games this summer, and he scored against Leeds in also, but the competition ahead of him at first team level has seen Ameren leave in search of his breakthrough in senior football. Strong stuff from Dimitar Berbatov after the weekend's defeat against Spurs. Concentration and consistency helps you to score. This is where United need the typical centre-forward striker who is 90 to 95% going to score with the good chances they create, he told Betfair. Let's hope the service will come flying towards Rasmus Hojland, because he is going to be there, he's tall and he will hopefully score goals. When you don't score, then you give chances to the opposition for them to regroup and come back stronger. Tottenham scored one and the belief grew and they kept pushing. To be honest, you can't take anything away from Spurs. They had a good game, especially in the second half. It's just one game, of course. Spurs need to build on that, and United need to wake up as soon as possible. Sheikh Jassim will complete a full £6 billion takeover of United by mid-October, according to The Sun. The report claims Sheikh Jassim has fought off rival bidder British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe, whose proposal was willing to allow the Glazer family to retain a stake at Old Trafford. It's claimed a date is penciled in and an announcement could come as early as next month, with Sheikh Jassim's team now completing their due diligence on the club. Youthful Manchester United side were beaten 3-0 by Premier League rivals Burnley in a behind-closed-doors friendly at Carrington on Wednesday. 8 of the 15 players involved for United had never played for the first team previously, and they found life tough. Against a strong Clarets 11, with Vincent Kompany using 22 players in a split side, with his strongest 11 playing in the first half before wholesale changes at the break. The game against the top-flight newcomers was arranged to maintain fitness levels for first-team players who haven't started in the Premier League matches against Wolves and Tottenham. United have already increased the pressure on new striker Rasmus Hojland. You could look at the stats from Manchester United games so far this season and see either positives or negatives, reasons for hope or reasons for concern. Erik ten Hag will be taking a balanced approach, but that's also what he needs to find on the pitch. United's first 2 games of the campaign have been even. There have been 37 shots for and 40 against, an expected goals tally of just over 4 at both ends of the pitch. That speaks of a team that could entertain this season, as much because of their weaknesses as their strengths. That they've got just 1 goal for their 37 shots is clearly an issue. That Wolves and Tottenham both created so many chances against them is another concern. They have to tighten up while trying not to lose the thread they carry in the opposite direction. United planning for at least 1 incoming and outgoings before transfer deadline. A goalkeeper remains the likeliest next incoming at Manchester United despite their interest in a midfielder. United are considering a late move for Ryan Gravenberch of Bayern Munich. With the state of the squad's midfield more pressing now, Mason Mount has been ruled out until next month with an unspecified injury. A move for a goalkeeper is more advanced after United ran medical checks on Altay Bayındır of Fenerbahçe amid the possibility Dean Henderson could still leave. Rasmus Hojland is set to come to Manchester United's rescue this weekend. The Red Devils have recorded just one goal in the first 2 games, and that is from centre-back Raphael Varane. But £72 million striker Hojland, on whom so much rests, is now ready to start training with the full squad. He has suffered a slight injury in pre-season training with his former club Atalanta. That left him out of the opening games, which saw United luckily edge past Wolves 1-0 and lose away at Tottenham 2-0. Now Man Utd are hopeful he will be fit enough to be on the bench for Saturday's 3 p.m. kick-off against Nottingham Forest. Fernandez is on his way out of Manchester United, but don't worry, it's not that one. Because while captain Bruno Fernandes stays put, youngster Alvaro Fernandez is heading away from Old Trafford and to Granada on a season loan. The 20-year-old left-back looked the part for the Red Devils in pre-season, having enjoyed a successful spell on loan at Preston last term. However, United officials feel his development is best served elsewhere, and that's in the top flight back in his native Spain. The Manchester Evening News suggests that the only stumbling block to the deal is that Granada would prefer an option to make the deal permanent, which United are keen to avoid. Fiorentina have lowered their asking price for Sofyan Amrabat, and that should tempt Manchester United to the table. Reports in Italy suggest that the Viola are now prepared to accept an offer of £21 million for the Moroccan midfielder. The Red Devils have been keen on Amrabat for several weeks, and are suddenly in need of another midfielder following the injury suffered by Mason Mount. It was confirmed yesterday that Amrabat had been training on his own, and the Florence club have left him out of their squad for the weekend's game with Lecce.